Kathy Engelbert and the WNBA, well, they have effed around, and now they're about to find out. The WNBA All-Star Game is, of course, in Indianapolis, the home of the Indiana Fever, the home of Caitlyn Clark. And now it looks like Caitlyn Clark, most likely, I can't imagine that Caitlyn Clark will be participating in the three-point.
Caitlyn Clark, the face of the WNBA, might miss the All-Star Game, and the league could be on the brink of collapse. With a star player injured and the league's leadership under fire, this is more than just a game. It's a crisis in the making. Don't miss the shocking truth behind the WNBA's biggest disaster yet. The WNBA's All-Star Game was supposed to be the highlight of the season, a celebration of women's basketball in front of a sold-out crowd in Indianapolis. This year, however, the event was built around one player, Caitlyn Clark. As the home of the Indiana Fever and Clark herself, Indianapolis was gearing up for a weekend of heightened excitement. But now, with the game just days away, the league is facing a nightmare. Their star player might not even step onto the court. Clark's participation was expected to be the biggest draw, not just for fans, but also for sponsors, media, and networks that had already invested millions in this event. Yet just when everything seemed set, Clark's recurring groin injury has thrown everything into jeopardy. This isn't just an injury, it's the kind that could keep her out of the game, and possibly even the entire weekend. With the stakes higher than ever, the WNBA now faces the very real possibility that their most valuable asset won't be there when they need her the most.
And immediately grabs the inside of that right leg.
Caitlyn Clark's injury is more than just a physical setback. It's a reflection of the deeper problems within the WNBA. The groin injury that has been nagging her all season now threatens to derail not only her career, but the league's biggest event of the year. This isn't a random accident or a freak play. It's the culmination of months of physical toll and neglect. Clark has already missed several games due to this injury, and now, with the All-Star Game on the horizon, she's re-aggravated it, grabbing at her leg in pain once again. The timing couldn't be worse. As the face of the league, Clark's every move is under the spotlight.
So on the road this season, Caitlyn Clark is a combined 1 for 32.
Fans and sponsors alike are waiting to see if she'll be ready to compete in the highly anticipated three-point contest and All-Star Game. But her latest injury raises the question, how much longer can she keep pushing her body to the limit before it snaps? This isn't just about a missed game, it's about the long-term effects of an injury that doesn't seem to want to heal, and the league's failure to protect their star player. It's a situation that could change the WNBA's future forever, and not for the better. While Caitlyn Clark's injury is devastating, what makes this situation even worse is the WNBA's complete failure in addressing the root cause: poor officiating and the league's inability to protect its star players. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's response has been nothing short of disastrous. For months, the WNBA has turned a blind eye to the growing concerns about the refereeing, allowing players like Clark to endure relentless physical play without consequences. In a league where player safety should be a top priority, Clark's repeated injuries are a direct result of negligence at the highest level.
Gilbert doesn't come out after the Marina Mabry hit and say, that's unacceptable, the refs got it wrong. Okay, should have been kicked out then, you weren't, but now I'm gonna kick you out, you're suspended for another game or two. That's just unacceptable behavior for someone who's so important to the league or to any player, right? They can't do that. They seem paralyzed. But it does make you wonder, me as a human being, what is going on and why is it still so bad?
Engelbert's dismissive attitude towards the officiating crisis only adds fuel to the fire. Recently, when asked about Clark's physical struggles and the league's handling of the situation, Engelbert famously brushed off concerns, claiming the officiating was just fine. Yet, as Clark's frustrations reached a boiling point, with the player visibly breaking down on the court, it became crystal clear that the issues went far beyond bad calls. The league's failure to address these problems has created a toxic environment where their most valuable player is at constant risk. When family members start calling out the league on social media, you know the situation is beyond repair. This is no longer about a bad game or a missed call. It's about a league unraveling because of its own incompetence.
Looked like she got a little hurt towards the end there. Is there any update on her injury?
No update. Just felt a little something in her groin, so we'll get it evaluated and see what happens from there.
Yeah, just kind of to follow up on that, looked like she was kind of grabbing at her right groin area. Is that the concern?
Yeah, if that's the one she was grabbing at. I don't know which one it was, but yeah.
What's happening to Caitlyn Clark goes beyond the physical strain of constant injuries. It's taking a profound emotional toll on her as well. Clark has always been known for her composure and fierce determination on the court. Yet in recent games, we've seen her visibly shaken, emotionally breaking down in a way fans are not used to seeing. The once joyful and confident player is now fighting tears on the sidelines, a clear sign of the overwhelming frustration and exhaustion she's facing. It's not just the pain of the injuries, it's the constant mental battle. After every injury, there's the fear of never being the same again, the fear of letting her team and fans down. The weight of carrying the WNBA on her shoulders has turned from a source of pride to an emotional burden. Her recent breakdown on the court wasn't just frustration, it was the culmination of months of playing through pain, with no one in the league taking the necessary steps to protect her. Watching Clark, one of the brightest stars in the sport, struggle with such emotional vulnerability is heartbreaking. She's more than just a player. She's the lifeblood of the WNBA.
She walks down to the end of the court. You can tell that she's in pain. You can tell that there's something wrong. She goes to the, what's it called, like stanchion or whatever, the thing that holds up the basketball hoop on the other end. She hits her head on it. She is fighting back tears and she walks straight over to the bench. Now, when she goes over to the bench, she starts crying. And I've honestly never seen Caitlyn Clark cry on the court except when she lost the national championship game. She keeps it together no matter what is happening. But you could just tell that something happened on that play. And it was either the pain of it, it was either like, here we go again, it was frustration.
And now, instead of being celebrated, she's battling an injury that could potentially rob her of the All-Star weekend she's worked so hard to be a part of. It's a crushing reminder of how the league's failure to protect its stars is not only damaging to the players, but also to the fans and the future of the game. The implications of Caitlyn Clark's potential absence from the All-Star game go far beyond the court. This is a financial crisis for the WNBA. Clark is not just a player, she's the face of the league, the draw that pulls in fans, sponsors, and networks. Her participation in the All-Star game was supposed to be the centerpiece of the weekend, driving ticket sales, merchandise, and television ratings. But now, with her status uncertain, the financial fallout is becoming increasingly clear. The WNBA had already committed millions of dollars to marketing and promoting this event, all based on Clark's involvement. Sponsors, who signed deals in anticipation of her star power, are now facing the very real possibility that their investment could go to waste. Networks that paid hundreds of millions of dollars for broadcasting rights are watching in horror as their primary asset, Clark, might be sidelined due to an injury they feel could have been avoided. If Clark is unable to play, or worse, plays injured and ineffective, these financial backers will undoubtedly reconsider their future investments in the league. But it's not just the immediate loss of revenue. This situation threatens the long-term financial stability of the WNBA. If Clark can't participate, viewership will likely dip, merchandise sales will plummet, and sponsors will walk away. The league, which has finally started to gain mainstream attention, could face a drastic decline in relevance, sending it back to being an afterthought. The WNBA's survival could depend on how well they handle this situation, and right now, it looks like they might be in way over their heads. The fallout from this injury crisis extends far beyond Caitlyn Clark and the WNBA's immediate financial woes. This is a story about missed opportunities, poor leadership, and a league that failed to protect its most valuable asset. The WNBA had the chance to create a legacy, one that would solidify the league as a major force in professional sports. But by neglecting player safety and dismissing concerns from both players and fans, they've squandered that opportunity. Clark's rise to prominence brought unprecedented attention to the league, but instead of building on that momentum, the WNBA allowed a culture of incompetence to thrive. The failure to address the officiating crisis and protect Clark from excessive physical play is not just a failure of leadership, it's a missed chance to demonstrate that the league values its stars and is committed to their well-being. Will they learn from their mistakes, or will they continue down the path of negligence and mismanagement? Only time will tell, but for now, the WNBA stands on the edge of a precipice, one that could change the future of women's basketball forever. The moment of truth for the WNBA is rapidly approaching. With just days until the All-Star game, the question now isn't just whether Caitlyn Clark will play, but whether the league can recover from the damage that's already been done. If Clark is sidelined, or worse, forced to play injured, the ramifications will be immediate and severe. This is more than just a blow to the All-Star game. It could be a fatal blow to the WNBA's credibility. The league's biggest stars, like Clark, are the foundation on which the WNBA has built its momentum. If she's unable to participate, the economic and emotional toll will be felt across every corner of the league. Fans will feel betrayed. Sponsors will begin to question their. As the All-Star game draws near, the WNBA stands at a tipping point, with Caitlyn Clark's potential absence threatening to unravel everything the league has worked for. What was supposed to be a celebration of women's basketball has now become a crisis of leadership, player safety, and financial instability. The negligence that has led to Clark's repeated injuries and the league's failure to protect its star player has put the future of the WNBA in jeopardy. If Clark can't play, or if she's forced to compete while injured, the damage will be far-reaching, from lost fans to angry sponsors and a tarnished reputation that could take years to rebuild. The league's failure to act could be its undoing. The WNBA's biggest moment now risks becoming its most catastrophic disaster. How this situation unfolds will define the legacy of Commissioner Cathy Engelbert and determine whether the league can ever recover from its greatest misstep. The clock is ticking, and the WNBA is running out of time to fix this. What happens next could change the future of women's professional sports forever.